recent years, Taiwan has been standing on the front line of tensions with China, relying on American support. But has that support become nothing more than a distant promise? Every relationship has limits, but we must prioritize U.S. interests above all else, especially with China's growing power. And in the following above military, we will hypothesize with pressing conflicts elsewhere. Does Taiwan remain a priority for Washington? What Trump will do about risking conflict with China over Taiwan?
Mr. President, based on the movements of the Chinese Communist Navy's aircraft carriers, the CIA determined that Xi Jinping would blockade Taiwan within 72 hours to actually launch an invasion.
Let's be realistic. Why would the U.S. risk its own security for Taiwan? China is too powerful economically and militarily. Taiwan's expectations might simply be unrealistic.
If the U.S. pulls out now, we will be handing Taiwan to China. It's not just about us, it's a message to the Asia.
If China goes into Taiwan, excuse me, I'll slap them with a 150% to 200% tariff on everything they try to sell to the U.S. They invade, they pay. Simple as that.
In a surprising move, President Trump has proposed a unique strategy to deter China's invasion of Taiwan, with tariffs, not troops.
The day that China to attack Taiwan with force was defined as Tday in the history. Chinese Navy has begun an all-out blockade. They are isolated. No supplies, no reinforcements.
Tariffs that could cripple Chinese exports. It's a hard economic hit designed to make Beijing think twice. The U.S. public might not want to send our troops.
The Tday 3, Taiwanese civilian area under fire. The Chinese rocket force began to launch a large number of Dongfeng medium-range missiles to attack cities in Taiwan Taipei. In just 48 hours, Taiwan had exhausted its inventory of Patriot missiles. It was not too late to send the 7th Fleet into the Taiwan Strait.
We're running out of time. Is this how we want to lose Taiwan? What is the cost of sending the 7th Fleet in the Taiwan Strait?
The U.S. Navy will face collapse, losing 2 aircraft carriers, dozens of ships, hundreds of aircraft, and about 200 soldiers killed in action, which is nearly half of the troops who died in the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. The Chinese Navy will be completely defeated and will lose 10,000 soldiers in 55 fights and 38 ships.
maybe the world needs to adapt. We can't be everywhere. Maybe you should consider a different path. Are Japan and South Korea willing to jointly?
According to the war prediction results, Japan may lose more than 100 fighter jets and 26 ships, and military bases in the south may also be attacked by China. No doubt, either Japan nor South Korea is willing to offend China now. As well as, American voters are tired of wars. Economic penalties could rally support without boots on the ground. Will tariffs stop a war?
At Tday 5, the airdrop supplies some land in the other hands. The missiles window to Taiwan was closed. Now Chinese and Taiwanese Air Force fighters are engaged in fierce battle over the Taiwan Strait.
Look, no one wants conflict, but China needs the American market. A 200% tariff, maybe higher, will hit them hard. If they touch Taiwan, they're going to pay like they've never paid before.
Mr. President, the Taiwan Air Force has exhausted all their F-16s. Real government officials are taking Air Force One and the remaining Mirage 2000 to seek political asylum at our Kadena base in Japan.
Tday 7, PLA tanks and troops advancing towards Tday. In 7 days, Taiwan has fallen. The world is left questioning, did we act too little, too late? With the government's departure, the Chinese military met little resistance as they advanced onto the island, a sight that would have been unimaginable just weeks prior. The surrender of Taiwan will echo in history, a moment of controversy, betrayal, and survival. How would history remember Taiwan's surrender?